Okay, I'm going to give you a brief tour of the SCADA hardware on the HAS 200. So, to have a SCADA system, SCADA meaning supervision, control, and data acquisition, you need to have sensors on the system that are delivering some kind of information back to either a controller, a PLC, or another type of unit called a remote telemetry unit, RTU. So on the HAS 200, we've got various sensors and actuators. We've got barcode readers. Where is it? There's the barcode reader on station 1. And every station has a PLC. And some of the other stations have various other devices, like the scale, for example, which feeds the weight, the mass information back to the PLC by way of RS-232. That's what these connections are. This connection actually goes to the Ethernet module, and this is the connection that comes from both the barcode reader and the scale. And so in addition to the PLC, you need some kind of a network that everything's tied to. So every station has an Ethernet module. Now, newer PLCs have built-in Ethernet that would be a built-in Ethernet port right to the PLC, but these were older models, and so they had to use an external Ethernet module that's connected to the PLC by way of RS-232. And then every one of the Ethernet connections gets routed back and tied back to this Ethernet switch. It's mounted on the back of the main power unit. I pulled it out a little so you can see it a little better. And also plugged into that is the main computer. So the other part of a SCADA system is the software, which I'm going to cover in a later video. It's called 3D Supra is the name of the software. So just want to show you one other thing. This is a network. This is just like any other Ethernet network. Every one of the PLCs has an IP address. So what I can do is I can actually, just like on a regular network, I can ping the IP address of any device on the network. So what I'm doing is typing in the IP address of station 1, which is 130.130.130.1. I hit return, and I get my 4 replies, which means it sees station 1. So if I hit the up arrow, that's a quick way of getting back the last thing I typed on the command prompt. Just a little trick. I type in 2, that's station 2. 2, 3, 4, all the way up to 10, station 10. Whoops. Now notice I mistyped. I typed a 210. There is no such device. That's why I'm getting it timed out. Let's Control C that. I don't want to wait for that. So let's try this again. So station 10. Okay. And there are 2 other devices that are tied into the SCADA network, which are the HMI units on stations 8 and 9. So if you look under here, you can see the Ethernet connection to the HMI. This is on station 9. And then station 10 also has an Ethernet connection at the back of it. So when the PLC at these stations are communicating to the HMI or from the HMI, it's actually going from the HMI back to the Ethernet switch and then back to the PLC over Ethernet. So the connection between these 2 devices is over the network. Okay, and the IP addresses of the the HMIs is same 130.130.130.12. That's on station 8, and .13 on station 9. There is no device with the .11 address that that one wasn't used. Okay, so that's basically the hardware, sensors, PLCs tied together with Ethernet, and then software, which again I'll show you on the next video, to make use of it.